Is there anything you won't eat?
No. There's nothing I won't put in my mouth. There's definitely a chance I can't stomach. I mean, you see it lowering the bar. There's countless things I throw up and like just can't get down. But like, if you're like, you want to try this, people eat it. I'm like, oh, give it a try.
Like if I put like a spider in front of you, you eat it?
I ate a spider on the Out and About stream last week.
Happy Gilmore accomplished that feat not a week ago. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's Clancy and Feitelberg, my Pookie over here.
Oh,
You're my Pookie.
Dude, I saw a comment.
Pookie looks great today. I love your outfit.
I saw a comment on that someone put up a comment like on their Instagram story. From that was the funniest thing ever, where it was just like a girl making a genuine, like, heartfelt apology. She's like, I'm so sorry I brought up the face spacing of your face. That was wrong with me. I was in a bad moment. I shouldn't have done that. I hope no one saw it. It was really, really immature. And also, your husband's been gay. I've never been more sure of anything. It's so mean, but funny.
If you don't know what we're talking about, this is the couple that have taken over the internet, gone mega viral on social media.
Where are they mega? Like, I've seen it. So it's
TikTok and IG is picked up as well. They are like ultra rich. He's ultra rich, I believe. It's a sugar baby situation, basically, right? Like, it's like a very romantic sugar baby situation. This knockout babe, total like beautiful chick, dating this guy who is like, he looks like the villain, the rich villain in like a, in a movie, like in a coming, like a, you root for the boyfriend to get the girl, and this guy is the asshole boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he has like this slick back hair, and they just travel the world. Look, I mean, with the turtleneck, that's like I want to be a James Bond villain, but I'm not. And they travel the world and put up these TikToks doing like, this is my outfit of the day, and he calls her Pookie, and he's so weird and like robotic. He just always comes in. He's like, Pookie, you look great today. Like, kisses her on the cheek.
Pookie looks absolutely amazing.
But so Pookie, and her name is Campbell Puckett. Holy shit. I mean, this is straight out of Central Casting. Campbell Puckett's the girl, but she's better known as Pookie.
Wait, it says Georgia-based.
Yeah, they're from Georgia.
They're American?
They're American.
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day that they sound British too. No, I think they're Southern.
They speak with a very, I think they try to be like affluent.
They're like they're like country club Georgia.
Yeah.
This is how, at least what I've.
What? Wait, I mean, I just did it. I just did a British accent to do this. I thought for sure they were British.
No, but he does speak like it's not an accent like that, but he's trying to be, his name is Jett, Jett.
Oh my goodness.
Jett
gracious.
and Pookie. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, at some point, you gotta just be like, yeah, we are who we are. We are obnoxiously rich white people.
Taking Pookie to a new spot tonight with 3 other couples, and Pookie looks absolutely amazing.
But it's more like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's this.
All right, she's obviously American, but I think I've probably only ever watched like the first intro.
Yeah.
And that Pookie looks absolutely amazing. Like 100% sounds British.
I think he's doing that, that fake Mid-Atlantic thing that the movie stars used to do that just disappeared. He's trying to be, I mean, he is, I think, super wealthy. So when I keep saying trying to be, like, he is. He is what he's trying to be. He wants to be, the rich guy, Jett W. Puckett, and his wife, Campbell Puckett, from Atlanta, Georgia. His GMAT score is 770. He's pretty smart.
Guy's like the man. Like,
is he?
In Georgia, whatever he does.
Yeah, I believe it.
He's like the GOAT, whatever he does.
McLaren and Associates practice transitions. Now, what does that mean? So I can't tell whether these guys are super rich and don't give a fuck or are oblivious. Brianna and so Brianna and Zach make fun of this, and he calls her Pookie.
Oh, really?
And like she'll be doing a video, and he'll just slide in and be like, "Pookie, you look amazing tonight," and kiss her, and then slide out. And I remember I saw that before I saw this, and I was like, "What was that about?" And then I was like, "Okay, no, they're making fun of this couple." But then they made a response video. She's filming Jett all by himself, and he's just like, "Brianna and Zach, we love you. Thank you so much for making a video. Like, doing our replicating our video. Like, we love you. We're fans of both of you guys. Have an amazing time in Paris, and like,
really
great stuff." So I was like,
that's gotta feel good for little old Brianna Chicken Fry and Grammy-nominated Zach Bryan to get that shout
out. 2 kids on the come up, bro. What a life, by the way. What a life to just be like, yeah, you want to jet to Paris for a couple days? It's like, yeah, I can too. Let's go. Because you can have money, but if you don't have money at the right age or the right, responsibility in life, doesn't mean that much, right? You could have a bajillion dollars, but if you have a wife and kids, or you're old or whatever, it's like, that's why sometimes when we do those ATI questions that are money or age related, I think we always end up being like, you take the money, but there is something to be said for the age. And then when you get both, when you're, what's Brown like? Brown's like 21 still in my mind. And they're just like, everything just levels up. What used to be like, yo, you want to, like, let's just go out. Let's just, like, go to the club right now.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go to Paris right now. It's just everything up here because of your money. But I thought it was a very savvy move on Jett and Pookie's part they didn't get offended. They're not, they weren't, like, upset about it. Like, clearly making fun of them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do they not realize that? Or do they just be like, we know it's happening, but we're just going to, like, not take the high road, because it's not like what Brown and Zach are doing is like mean, but it's like, they took a shot and they were just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no,
smart move.
What do you not fight fire with fire? They are spoonful of sugar.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they, in my mind, they are. They're kind of. I guess they're similar to Drew Walls.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Like, I think people saw them. And probably initially there was some like actual hate, being like, ugh, like, these rich snobs. But then I think people are coming around on Pookie and Jett. Because they're just like living their, I mean, unless there are going to be people who just hate on you for money and like you're just rich and like, fuck you. You're rich and white, fuck you. But, what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
They got pet names like everybody. They're just doing nicer things than you. What do you?
If that's genuinely who they are, I think people tend to respect.
Yeah.
Just like, it's corny and it's goofy, but that's who you are. So like, cool.
That's why the internet is so difficult to navigate, but it's really not at the end of the day. Like, I can't say that you can just become a star. That part's hard. But if you're worried about like people, like how you're going to be received and your image and all that stuff, I would say 99 times out of 100, if you're just genuinely yourself, maybe
you'll at least find people who it's like, oh, it's like me.
Like, I can't promise that your introduction to the world will go well. But if you're like your second wave of people being like, oh wait, oh shit, they actually do that.
Yeah.
They're not doing that to get viewers. They're not doing that to get money. Like, they actually just do this. It could be lame. It could be too cool. It could be whatever it is. People will just be like, well, that's what that guy does.
I've had, decades of hate on the internet, but I remember my most violent was when I was trying to be Dave, because Dave told me to try and be Dave, and then it would piss me off the most because.
Did he have a direct, like he said, like he was like, try to be like me?
I don't know if he did that, but he was like, just do it like me.
Yeah.
And like what? And like I took it how I took it, and it wasn't like be El Presidente, but it was definitely just do it like me. And I was like, okay, so I was just like trying to do that voice or whatever, and I remember people being like, he's just trying to be Dave, and I would like rail against that in my own mind. Like, no, I'm not. Like, it's literally exactly what I'm trying to do. Like, when you're being someone fake and you're found out, that pisses me off more. I'm like, no, you son of a bitch, it's not me.
It didn't work. Yeah, but once you're, I mean, I would say 99 times out of 100 because, I mean, there are definitely times where you can just still, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty much just myself and people seem to hate it all the time. But for the most part, if you, even if you're something as like obnoxious as literally the central casting couple for the movie to be like either the villains or the like, you know, the not the fan favorite, they'll come around on you.
Yeah.
They'll come around. And something, you got to have something like Pookie. I mean,
how the fuck is Pookie? I guess it does make sense where you're like Southern or British, but Pookie I thought for sure was British.
Was a British thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's just an affluent thing, which I think we tend to associate with the Brits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also I think rich Southerners long to be considered British.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like that's their goal is to be. But I mean, Jett and Campbell.
That's based on nothing.
Is crazy. What that British that no, but
it's a good take though. I don't know why. It's a good take.
I just came up with that 30 seconds ago.
No, I think that's true though. Like I think rich people like from let's say the Northeast are not. They're like cutthroat, you know. Mm-hmm. And like down south, I feel like they want to like put on a show and like. You know.
Yeah, but there's also plenty of that. I think it's just rich people because I think in all media we've ever seen, like the high class is British people. So I think all rich people want to be British in some sense.
Yeah, but I could just see like a New York Wall Street guy is not trying to be like the Royals. Down south, you have your fucking plantation and you do your what's that word? There's some word.
You ever been to a party on a plantation? It is
awesome.
Not fun.
No, I thought you were going to say the opposite. No. I thought you were going to be like, it's actually so awesome and it's a problem.
It is not.
What do they call that? Debutante ball? Is that what it is?
That's a thing. I've never been to a debutante ball. But like most plantations, or not most, but there's a lot, like you can just rent out and have parties and stuff like that.
Right.
And all the help is black, and everyone there is white.
Still, they do that?
Well, it's just, I mean, they're paid.
They're not a jackal.
Dude, when I was in Tallahassee, I oddly have family in Tallahassee. And I had a family member. I honestly don't know how he's connected, like, if it's an uncle's cousin, second cousin, whatever it is. But he was a politician in Tallahassee. And, he had like some kind of party at a plantation once, and I was like, everyone here is white. Everyone passing hors d'oeuvres is black. This is a fucking nightmare.
Bro, you forget that we're not that far removed from shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I saw a thing the other day breaking down how a river still to this day affects Georgia elections.
A river?
Yeah, like a river that ran through the middle of Georgia. It like that's where basically like the rest of Georgia is red. It's a red state.
Like that river decides.
But the riverbank is still all blue.
It. Yeah.
Because the river, that's where some industry was, and then that's where a lot of the slave trade happened, and then that's where a lot of free slavers lived, and then like that, it still is all blue.
Crazy.
It's very weird. But like, yeah, it's still affects it because it just wasn't long ago.
Dude, it's really not. I was thinking about it from the point of view of like the internet the other day, and like I think the reason why I was wondering, I've had this conversation on the air and in my head a million times when it comes to music and pop culture and all that. Like, I don't feel old, but I am, and I'm like, I think every generation feels that way.
Yeah.
But I think that we are different in the sense that, like, we went through an internet, like, revolution. You know what I mean? Like, we lived through such a drastic change in life that, like, it feels to me like we were... Once you all get on the internet and shit, I feel like it kind of, like, evens out the playing field as far as, like, age goes. You know what I mean? Like, you can be...
I don't know if I agree with that.
More so than in past generations where it's like if you were old in the past, Once you got old, you were like, you're a dead person because you're not going out. There's nowhere to like experience anything once you were.
But like, I mean, you still had it. I think it's the same because it's still just the media you consume in a place. Like, there was still radio, there was TV. It just matters what channels you watch. It matters what stations
not like
you listen to.
interactive in the sense that like you can Yes,
but
like,
for a vast majority of the internet, it's not interactive. For us, it is. For most people, it's just consuming.
I guess so. I just feel like the internet allows you to find what you want as opposed to like it was just put on you. So you kind of determine what you want to be in a sense. Whereas in the past, it's like young people do this, old people don't do this.
But like growing up, my dad knew all the top hits and the lingo because he like listened to like Casey Kasem and Top 40 and stuff like that.
Right, and then he just
like it was just that was the station he chose to listen to. But there's, I think I'm sure to an extent there's a more grounding as you get older or a more attachment to the other generation. But I see it like what I see is like people just hating the younger generation. Just like they've done forever.
That I think will always be the same. I think that there will be. I feel like. I mean, I guess it's however you live because I know guys my age who are living such a different life than me. So they feel like they seem like they're like 100 years old already. But I feel like if you want to not age, it's like easier to keep up with if you want it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
Yeah. But I was thinking about the fact that like we're like a couple family members away, just a couple family members away from like, you know, farming the land and like shit like that. That's crazy. That's nuts. And you start to think about how like when however long into the future when people are like reading textbooks, like we'll be lumped in with those people in our time period.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, if you were to just say, like, you know, when you're reading your textbooks and shit, you'd be like, from 1700 to 1850, this happened. It's a 150-year span.
Yeah.
But you're reading your textbooks, you're just like, yeah. So when you're you know filling in the answer on your test, you're just like 1700s to 1850. Whatever. Yeah. You just like on a whim throw away 150 years. If you were to do like that same age, that same span of time, you're going from us to, you know, like you said, fucking like slavery. Yeah. It's crazy. So it's so weird that like we are, you know, living in the future with some of these fucking. That's why I say like that internet revolution changed things so much because, you know, it relatively went from horse and buggy to like cars to like fucking personal drones that can like deliver you shit, all in such a short period of time. It's literally what happens in 1,000 years. What is the world in 1,000 years? If it keeps going at this pace, it's like we will literally do just become like weird androgynous freaks in the future. Where's Jackie when you need her?
Yeah, Tommy in here. Tommy was just regaling us with his power grid theory. Tommy's watching Tommy turn into right wing Tommy has been real true.
Bro, watching him lose the thread like I always tell him he needs the Inception token.
Yeah,
he needs that little top.
No, it's gone. He lost.
He is so gone.
Like he was like we were just laughing in his face. And he was like,
was this?
It was like
out of work.
No, work. Like just like an hour ago. Man. It was just like it was teasing. And then Tommy started to realize he was the butt of the joke, and it didn't seem so funny to him anymore.
Wait, tell me, what is this power grid theory?
Well, it's just a fact. It's not a theory. That's Tommy speaking. It's just what's going to happen. You can look it up on TikTok.
Jett and Pookie are talking about it.
It is essentially the United States power grid is very outdated and very susceptible to attack. And so when Trump... Tommy did not have this fleshed out. I'm going to sound like I'm butchering it. I'm explaining exactly how Tommy explained it. When Trump is leading, they're going to cut the power. And I was like, okay, so Trump will be president?
Who's
like,
the deep state or enemies?
Okay. And then
the royal they.
And then it was like, so So then, like,
I can't believe. Wait, a very integral part of the question: who's the enemy here? We don't know. He doesn't have the answer.
Could be anybody.
Who are the bad guys? We don't know.
And then it was like, and I was like, well, maybe it's Biden wins, and then they cut it, and it's like, okay, so Biden's the president. No, Trump is the president, and then when Trump's leading, they cut it so they can stop the counting. I'm like, okay. And then what happened? And then we just don't turn the electricity back on. And Tommy's like, I gotta do it. And then everyone started making fun of him. And it was like, I could see a little switch of Tommy was like, wait, everyone's laughing at me. I thought they were interested in the power grid theory.
Dude, I usually make fun of Jack Mac for all that stuff. I gotta throw Tommy in there. I gotta start to throw Tommy in the mix. But any right-wing Tommy is. I mean, because you know what it is. It's like he got like a. This sounds silly, but I think when he did his little Trump impression for the New York City election,
exactly what happened.
He felt like the power of that and was like, "I like this." I mean, so think about that.
People laugh when you say things like "stupid Pavs," and they're like, "Ah,
right.
This isn't even hard. I can do this."
I will give him. Teleprompter was funny. Teleprompter was really good. But it's almost like, look when they say like power corrupts. Look what happened to Tom Scabelli in a fake election at work. It's like no wonder Trump runs around grabbing girls by the pussy. This guy walks around here like he owns the joint, all because he and it's an election he lost, by the way. He didn't even win it. He literally is Trump. Tommy Trump is when he dies, like study his brain, man. That's you'll understand exactly why Trump won and how politics works and all that shit. Because Tommy Trump is the real deal.
And then Tommy went into, he's like, I'll find it, and like he found the Holy Grail, pulled out a clip, and he's like, here it is. It was DeStefano. It was Chris DeStefano talking about it.
No.
Chrissy politics. Chrissy is another one. He gets down where he's joking about it until you're like, you're not joking.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
DeStefano
is
so clearly not been joking.
Yeah. Like the whole time.
And to be fair to him, he's clearly not been joking.
Right.
It's not like he's duping us. He's like, no, I'm serious about this.
That is so fucking good. The power grid will go down when Trump's winning, so that no other Biden votes can be counted.
Yeah, and then but then he's like, and then like 100 million people will die. I'm like, you know
what was the best? By the way,
seems unnecessary.
I missed the other day when I was in Nashville, or I keep saying Nashville. We were in Kentucky. Me and Paz were on a little secret mission down in Kentucky, and so I missed everything that happened that day. Caught up with the Dante stuff. Your tweet saying Dante called into radio like 6 hours ago saying, why does everyone think I'm crazy? And tonight told everyone to pick their sides on Civil War II. Dante the Don tweeted.
He's like, no way! I'm the most unhinged person here. 4 hours later, choose your sides. This is the start. What are you talking about?
It was a tweet about like I don't even know, fucking guns and protection.
It was the Texas border of the National Guard.
Right. And he tweeted, this might be the beginning.
It was choose your side. This might be the start. Yeah. This is some fucking political posturing to start a Civil War II.
Oh man, he's another one. Study his brain. Shoot him in the chest and study his brain because he's the exact internet, like the person on the internet who gets what's that called? What's that word? Fucking like when you turn somebody crazy.
Brainwashed?
Yeah, brainwashed. But
Red pilled.
Red pilled is another one. God, I swear to God, I have dementia. I really fucking do. I'm gonna sit here until I get this word. It's on the tip of my tongue. Radicalized.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
God damn it. At what point I want to jump inside your brain and figure out how demented you are so I can compare and be like, okay, John's as demented as me, or like, oh no, John can remember everything. I'm demented.
That's what the thing where Dante's like, you think I'm crazy, you're crazy. I'm like, I know. You don't. That's the crazy part.
But I don't think you're crazy. Crazy is not the word I would use to describe you. That's not true. You're not crazy. You're far from
Well,
crazy.
you should talk to my medical professional.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy. Dude. That's you're mentally fucked, but you're not crazy. As a matter of fact, you're the most. What you know why you're mentally fucked? You're too level-headed. You'll just be like, I don't care about that, and it's like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't care about this either. And then I bring up something else. You're like, I don't care about that either. I don't think I should care about it either too. I don't care about it.
But for some reason, it keeps me up at night. What do you do at night? I watch Jurassic Park 4 times in a row.
There's just nothing worth caring about.
No.
Life.
I've said this a million times. Like, I don't like this. I don't want to be this way.
No,
it sucks.
well, okay, put it this way. If I had the choice between John Feitelberg and Dante the Don, I'm picking John Feitelberg. I will say, like, yeah, being like a passionate person, I watch these people on the internet, and they're lying, but whatever. But, they're passionate, and they're happy, and they're active, and they're proactive in life. And I'm like, that's great. I just can't do it. But your way is way better.
But my way is very poisonous because everyone starts with me as a liar.
They all think that you're a liar?
No, I think they are. So, like, I have to, like, work my way.
Oh, so, okay, you're crazy.
Like, I have to
crazy.
work my way past you royal you, being a phony, where I'm like, they really care about
No,
that?
but I think that a healthy dose of skepticism is the way to live life. I think
But I can't comprehend, like, someone being genuine
to the extent somebody's
to that extent.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think 99% of the time I'm right, but I think like okay, they do have that passion of at least you can ham it up. Fine, we all ham things up, but as long as like you actually do care, I'm like, all right, they can be as animated as they want about it. But when Tommy's out there like getting. Now I'm kind of coming the other way on it. Where like Tommy wasn't offended, but when Tommy's like when light bulb's going off in his head, we're like, wait, people aren't aligning with me right here. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, you thought we were gonna fucking join you on this power grid journey?
I think in this era, particularly, I think always in life, but in this era particularly, where everybody can make a buck or get some fame by being phony, it's more correct, if you will. I think the smarter way to live is to be like, I'll keep you at arm's length until you prove it.
Yeah.
As opposed to buying into everything, because then you are a sucker.
Right.
Then you are one of those wake up and grind, like you just everything's awesome, everybody is what they are, everything's cool all the time, and it's just like it's just not true.
Yeah.
And I can't. I guess if you like make it a life goal to live that way because you think it's like healthier for you, like fine, but it's like if you've had 1 ounce of experience in life in any sort of field, job, family situation, whatever, you can see how people are liars and scumbags and cheats and steals and and it's all proportional. So like it's like if you see all this shit in your everyday life, imagine what it is that like in every other field and when you're talking about famous people and rich people and powerful people, everybody is a lying fucking scumbag. So act accordingly. I can't believe that people think it's, it's like, why would you take someone at face value? They're all lying.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy. I'm sure there are people listening to us right now being like, these guys are crazy.
For sure.
But I think of them, I would listen to them and go, these people are stupid. I think they're stupid and crazy. If you want to talk about the extremes.
Yeah.
You are a gullible, fucking stupid, believe everything you see. We are crazy assholes. But again, I'd rather be crazy than a sucker.
Yeah.
So, whatever. We'll probably die early because of it, but at least we didn't live our years like
a lot of reasons. Mainly the gun.
But anyway, shout out to Pookie and Jett, just living the dream. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of haters who are just like, I want to fucking dress like that and go to that. And go there.
To fit, they dress like dog shit.
Well, I meant like, have the money to. I actually don't think I want to live like that though.
Like,
just I don't know.
I don't want to live any life where I have to film a TikTok every day.
Yeah.
that like it honestly that's like would.
But they like doing that. So
That's
it's
true.
all good.
That's true.
They're not like Pookie. We got to do another fucking TikTok.
No,
They love
but
it.
now they are.
Well, I was gonna say
Because eventually,
so we'll see.
Once you stop doing, you're like, they're gonna need it. Once you stop doing it for you, it stops being fun.
It is true. I know that's your argument, but I'm still gonna force you to do something eventually. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna force you. One of these days, one way or another. You shouldn't have to worry about when you're buying tickets to the next big event. I looked at the lineup for the Lovers and Friends Tour 2024.
Oh, I saw that. That thing was crazy. Is it only like one day?
No, it's a weekend. It's a festival.
Oh, okay.
But it's still too much for even a couple days. Like, it's a $325 ticket. They're all sold out now, but it was like $325, like $500, and $700 for the tiers. It's absolutely the greatest lineup of all time. If you're
Where is it?
age. Vegas.
Vegas.
If you're my generation or you like that generation of music, it's insane. To the point that I remember that came out a couple of years ago, and like Usher and a bunch of people came out and were like, I'm not doing that. I don't know what that is. And now I guess they're legitimate and it's real. So when I saw the flyer this year, I was like, that's not gonna happen. That's not real. And apparently it is.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like the bottom row little font are like icons.
Yeah.
It is nuts. So I'll be using Gametime to get in the building for the Lovers and Friends tour because they sold out like instantly. Gametime is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. If you're doing it live, Gametime has got you covered. Last minute tickets with flash deals, zone deals, all sorts of different ways to get your tickets at the best price possible and find any tickets to any event in your area. They have deals going right up to the start of your event, so you can get tickets at the very last second from people trying to unload it on the secondary market who are going to try to just make any sort of money off a deal, so they're going to get it for the best price possible, or even an hour after it starts, so you can get tickets literally as the event is going on. Find the exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals for football games, basketball games, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. With zone deals, you pick the section, and Gametime picks the seats. So that'll save you an average of 18%. So you just say, give me any ticket in this area, and if they become available, they got you covered. And they always have their Gametime guarantee, which means you'll get the best price possible. All tickets guaranteed to be real. And if you find tickets elsewhere in the same section for a lesser price, Gametime will credit you 110% of the difference, so nobody beats them. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code KFC for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I think there is a little we think the way we think and act the way we act and know what we know a little bit because we are sports fans. I think if you're a sports fan and you can dabble in the crazy, and then it's like cosplaying crazy.
Yeah,
You know?
I see that.
Like we still are. I will be gutted and I'll fucking cry and scream and fight, but then when the season ends or the game is over or whatever, and a little bit of time goes by, I can go back to being like a normal person. But it's like, whoa, I got a little crazy there. Like the 2022 Mets, like when this season ended, I after a couple months, I was like, I can't ever let myself do that again. that was like irresponsible as an adult to let myself be that emotionally like compromised. I was like, this is fucking insane. I'm a grown adult acting like a child.
I'm doing that a little bit with the Bruins this year.
Oh yeah, you're back. Like you're.
Well, no, just like I know last year. I mean, I don't like
pulling back a little bit.
No, I'm not pulling back. Just like I have the thought in my head again where it's just like, you're gonna fucking do it. And last year was very different in the sense that
they're gonna do it. They're gonna win it. You're saying?
Yeah. I mean, they're the best team in hockey again at the All-Star break. They are the only team with single-digit losses. They are.
Are they like as last year? They were like on a record.
But
pace,
but
right?
the thing, I wouldn't say they're far off the pace. I think they have 61 points at the All-Star break. I don't know what they had last
Like
year. Probably
100 points is
120
crazy,
something.
right?
Was that?
Like 100 points is like you're a good team.
100 points, you're a very good team.
Yeah.
And I this year I don't like live tweet things anymore, so like I'm not as much as like a Bruins guy. I still watch every game, but like I would guess I'm not viewed as much as the Bruins guys I was, and that was kind of partly it. Like where like every time I got happy, it was just like doesn't matter they win the cup. Like you're right, but also I'm having fun. And,
Well, as long as you're having fun,
right?
Fuck it.
And so this year I'm really starting to be like, fuck, they're gonna fucking do it again. And last year I was like, okay, that's okay. If I get my heart broken
twice in a row
this year, this will be very tough.
Yeah.
Because I still think they're dodging the fraud allegations as a franchise, despite 2 Stanley Cup losses, first round exit. I still don't think they're choke artists.
Once you become as a casual, I don't hear that.
Once you become choke artists like the Leafs, then
that's a problem. That's a problem for sure. I also think there's something to be said for you and all of hockey. Like, literally everyone in New England is a Patriots fan. Was a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the Bruins is like your thing.
Yeah, it's
a
a very big hockey town. But as far as hockey towns go,
it's still like you're not gonna, well, you would know better than me. I'm sure there are a bunch of like, casuals and girls and parents and stuff that you can jump on the Bruins bandwagon, but it's not the same as like Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Right.
Where it's still like if you can talk Bruins hockey, you're a pretty legit fan. So that I can see getting that much more. Like, to me, like football is like everybody does it, baseball to me is hockey for you, like where it's like this is a second job for me. Football, we show up on Sundays, we all get crazy, and then we go home. But yeah, I think getting a little bit crazy for sports is it's so funny when I do like Taylor Swift stuff, or I posted about Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion or whatever, and people are like, who cares about that? And they're all sports fans. I'm like, do you realize how crazy we are?
It's everything is sports.
Like, we're so it's just sports for this, sports for that. Or as a matter of fact, our thing is more. It's more like we're doing what they do.
Yeah.
Anyway, what happened to the Detroit Lions? Words cannot explain or quantify. Like, I've seen it myself. I've been a part of things like that, and I don't want to pile on, but I'm just here to tell the Lions fans, like, that was it. You're not bouncing back.
Dude, they fucked Dan Campbell with. I don't know if you've seen the quotes all over the place where it's like, I told him we'll probably never be back or something like that. Well, I want to see his exact quote because it's not his exact quote.
But you know what? It should be his exact quote.
But let me find it.
That was it. They. I'm not saying
they're making quote cards for this stuff.
That sucks.
This may have been our only shot, bro. He goes on to say, like, he goes, I told our team this may have been our only shot.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
No, and he's like, and if they don't come in here next year, and next year it's gonna be twice as hard.
Right.
And if they're not ready to work twice as hard, it's gonna be twice as hard to get here. Like makes it a motivational thing. And all the quote cards are like, this was our only shot. Yeah. Like, that's not what the fuck he said.
And also, that's really unfair because they're coupling that with him going forward.
They're doing that so like people pile on.
Right.
That's the dude. Those quote cards on the internet have gotten out of control. Where like it's so framed to either become a meme or to
just tell the whole story,
pile on someone where you're like I'm sure that got quoted a million times with like, well, yeah, and you fucked it with the field goals. Like, that's not at all what he fucking said.
No.
And to do, I think that's fucking bullshit.
That game, I don't know. I haven't seen many games get away from a team that quickly.
8 minutes.
Where it was just like I remember the butt fumble game. It was never like we had a lead and lost it, but it got. It was like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah,
that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in sports. It was like 3 minutes of game time. It was like 8 minutes of real life.
Yeah,
it was bananas. But for a team to be dominating basically the way they were, and then back-to-back turnovers and that drop pass. Lights out. It was just a downhill snowball.
I think that first field goal that he did go for was the one that did
of course the going forward.
The one at the end of half. And I was thinking the exact opposite, where I was like, if he goes for this, they're going to stop it, and that's going to be a complete change of momentum. And then they kicked it last second and hit it. And I think that was like you abandoned your philosophy.
Yeah.
Watch what happens now.
Go with what got you here, sort of thing. I hear that.
I also do think I'm saying that's in the spiritual sense, but like there was a tweet I saw right before, like I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I saw a tweet from someone still defending the analytics, and like, if you're defending the analytics on not kicking a field goal to tie the game,
with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter on the NFC Championship game.
Here it is. Expected points lost for Detroit.
No,
Gibbs fumble -5.
I don't even know I don't even know what that stat means. I'm done. Like
it ends with, even if we know the Lions didn't convert, the failed fourth down plays weren't as big a swing as the other plays. Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
They were massively huge plays.
Now, that's another thing that I think we don't realize we lived through the very, very birth and infancy of it is analytics, and we're still evening out from it. Like it's. I lost our fucking minds.
I was always team like everything. Where I like this is helpful. Like everything, right?
It, but
there's some stuff here. There's also some other stuff. Like it's the answer is always somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
And I always thought that. And last night when I saw that tweet, I was like, fuck this, because analytics can never lose.
Yeah, because there always will find like
it's like when you say, well, like, it was the right bet.
Yeah.
But it was just the wrong outcome.
Like, well, now we're living in a fantasy land.
Right.
Yeah. Now we're just making things up.
The analytics will always be quote unquote right.
Yeah.
But then they're not always right. Something that can't be wrong can't be right.
Exactly that. It's like, but it's wrong.
Right.
Did you ever see the footage of? I just saw it for the first time recently. I heard this story, but I never saw the footage of Ted Williams watching Mike Piazza hit at age like 15, and it's a great video. And Ted Williams is in like a 70s outfit. He's got like a leather jacket with the lapels of his shirt like down over it, like slick back hair, and he was like, this kid, holy shit, like this kid's got a fucking swing on him, like, oh my god, he's hitting the ball, and all of it is he's hitting the ball better than I was at my age. Like it's all still like propping up Ted Williams, and his dad is there, and he's like, this guy is gonna be a fucking stud. And he was young, and I don't know what happened in between, but then Mike Piazza was like barely drafted. It was like it was a favor to like Tommy Lasorda knew his dad.
Really?
I think he was drafted like literally last overall or something crazy like that, and then goes on to become, who he was. And so there's a million, I'm not just saying it's like Ted Williams said he had a good swing, so he should have been drafted first overall. But there is something to be said for a guy who like was just watching that being like, that's fucking right.
Yeah.
I do that, and that's right. And I'm sure, people looking at numbers and all sorts of shit said otherwise, but you can't, and I do not, maybe like in the earlier in a game, different circumstance, you can tell me what analytics say. 7 minutes ago, you can tie the game. You do that. Do that.
Yeah.
You just do that. And you know what you need to do is factor in a new variable of your analytics fucking model. You know what I mean? Because it's like those things take into account all sorts of shit. I don't know, find a way to quantify, momentum in a sense, because it's like these things absolutely change the feel of a game.
Yeah.
And it was already snowballing on them, but that game was, after that, it was like, but I remember.
I agree wholeheartedly with Tommy and Marty, by the way.
Oh, you're so sick though. I get it, but you're sick.
You gotta have it.
No. This is why you guys you're all pieces of shit. You're all pieces of shit. Sports needs them, but you, as a person, do not need to want them.
Oh, I don't. I guess,
and it's coming from a Yankee fan and a Duke fan and a Patriots fan and people who don't have to worry about this.
Patriots did it.
What?
Patriots went for you. You can't go from nothing to champion. You have to take your steps. You have to climb the mountain,
bro.
Patriots went from nothing to Drew Bledsoe. Lost Super Bowl in New Orleans to the Packers.
Bro.
No.
The Lions have paid their dues.
They haven't. They haven't paid their actual heartbreak. They've paid your dues. We're just like, we're losers every year.
Bro.
You got to pay your dues as actual heartbreak, not starting the season where you never even had a chance.
Yes, there's an argument to be made. But when you're the only team left, you're sick if you watch that game and we're rooting for the 49ers.
I was rooting for the Lions, but this is the natural order.
That's fair. But if you were like they were, the conversation we had in the office, it was me, Marty, Tommy, Ken Jack, Nate, a bunch of others, and it was like almost the majority of the people were like, I kind of want to see the Niners win. I was like, you're bad people.
No, I wanted the Lions to win, but this is the natural order.
What sucks is, and this is why you're wrong, it's not gonna be for them. It won't be. They won't have the natural progression.
Maybe not, probably not, but also the NFC fucking stinks. So
it's just it was like the Mets in 2015. It was like they are absolutely the better team. They should win this series, and they didn't. And then it was not like, okay, we'll go get them in 2015. It was like, that was it. It's over. It was the same thing in 06. We were the better team. That we were injured, but it was like, they are the best team in baseball. They will win the World Series if they get there. They didn't. It was over. They never got back. There are certain times it's just like.
But the Bruins in 2011, heartbreak in 2010. Like, you need that one more step to make sure you're really the team.
The Lions, 70 fucking years, man.
Dude, the Bruins had been 40
70 years, not even an appearance.
74, I think, 72 maybe. I don't know if there'd been an appearance. Blown lead bigger than this one. Blew a 3-0 series lead.
Yeah.
And you just gotta fucking
but they had
chip away.
They had one before.
What's up?
They had been to the Cup.
The Bruins.
Yeah. I mean, when you are, they're the only team.
The 80s.
They're the only original team that's never gone. Like, at some point, I don't know.
Bork must have played for.
There's just a. You're being the analytics guy right now. You're being the analytics.
You're right. I am.
Yeah.
But also an eye test guy, because I've seen it. I've seen it happen. You need that fucking one last time. The year you think you have it, you need to feel your legs cut off from under you.
They didn't feel that they had it because they are the Lions.
But no, they were starting to believe. They were believing.
The very beginning.
And
though.
you need to have your legs chopped off and be like, okay, this is a lot harder. Because you can't go from thinking it's fucking. You can't hit the lottery because you're going to end up dead. You need to fucking work.
That is true.
And you need to fucking put in time and see how to handle it. Because it happens. It's kind of happened with Bills fans too. There's nothing more, and Bills fans, luckily, they've been chopped down a few times. There's like,
you think?
It's when you go from someone who had nothing to someone who has everything. It's like, it's not fun to watch. You don't want to root for it.
It's like the overnight comedians.
Yeah,
you want the comic who did the open mics and did it for 20 years. And like, wow, I made it, versus like, I just went viral and now I'm selling out everywhere. And
here's the thing to be dangerous about it too for Lions fans is, I think Bills fans are kind of starting to experience it a bit. You don't know, you're not prepared for the hate that you get. You're so used to being the lovable loser.
Now all of a sudden,
and guess what? Because then you don't know how to handle winning. And you end up doing it like you're fucking annoying. Like the Bills fans are the most annoying fans there are now. Yeah. They're not there are, but they're up there. Yeah. And they used to be like.
But what you're forgetting though is it's like, to go back to the comedy analogy, it's like the comic who was there in the beginning doing all the open mics and has been like, they've just been around for fucking 70 years. They're an original team. They've had fans from like the original inception of football that have just it's more the fans than the team, because I do get what you're saying about the team needs to be like, we like got there and fell, and then you need to like, but as a fan base they've been diehards.
Need to learn. Fan bases matter a lot with the team. You need to learn you need to learn it too.
I cannot imagine. I want you to say this to a Detroit Lions fan. I want you to look at a fan who's like 75 years old and tell them, no, you need to suffer a little more.
That's fine. I'll tell them.
And I want them.
I'll tell about it. I'll tell them about Aaron Boone. I'll tell them about blowing a 3-0 series lead before winning the Cup. It happens. You got to have it.
No, but you can't say that. Like another old Boston fan could say that maybe. Like, because they did have like an 80-year drought and all that shit. But for a Lions fan to be even not rooting against them, But even being like, yeah, that's just how it goes, is disgusting. You lack empathy. You lack a heart. You lack a soul.
But I've lived it. I've been there.
No, you didn't.
But I saw it.
Like your grandfather could maybe say that. You did not live that.
But I did live it. I saw it. I saw what happens. I didn't have all the heartbreak at that time.
Yeah.
But I saw what's necessary. It's the same reason I knew everyone betting on the Ravens was a fucking idiot. I've seen that team before.
For some reason, the Lions feel different, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because the city is, kind of mocked and viewed as like a down and out city.
Yeah.
Where it's like Boston was like a joke, but they still are like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the Lions feel very. When I live my misery, Detroit Lions fans and Minnesota sports fans are the only two people I will like have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because even Cleveland, like the Browns, but it's like LeBron getting you a ring was like meant, like that's like basketball, like the pinnacle of basketball. They're the only two people I will ever just be like, come on in. Yeah, like I'll pour the shots. Like we'll just drown our sorrows together. And I hate to pile on, but I don't know football as well as another guy does, but I know like losing better than anybody, and this team ain't getting back. It's just going to be the way. Because the Dan Campbell shtick, kinda, I don't think has like longevity.
But even that, like, you're right in a sense that either he learns,
he's either got to make a change or it doesn't work.
Probably out of a job in 2 years.
Yeah, because like it's funny and it's good when it's working, and when it's not, it's like whether it's right or not, you'll be like, I want Bill Belichick. I don't want the fucking funny guy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but if the coach takes his lesson learned, the team takes his lesson learned, the fan base takes his lesson learned.
Dan Campbell be a different guy?
I don't think you'd be a different guy. You just go. It's like we're saying with analytics as a whole. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be it's somewhere in the middle. And then it's a very young team. There's no reason for them not to be back. It's just you make your adjustments.
Except for the universe. Like all the reason,
Yeah, like you're looking at that roster and you see like Amon-Ra St. Brown, you see Gibbs, Goff still has a couple good years, Hutchinson.
There's
studs.
They have no excuse to not be back other than they're not willing to put in the work.
This is where God.
Wouldn't have been crazy if somebody saw a 17-point deficit and was like, I'm just going to hammer the Niners at halftime.
You know who did?
Me and you?
Oh, no. I was going to say you and Ben Mintz.
All right.
Ben Mintz did?
Yeah.
He hammered the Niners?
I kind of just was scrolling Twitter. I think I saw him say he's putting Niners plus 300 or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that what it was?
It was. I had 290.
It's so rare
so
that people make like sharp plays here that you got to give them respect for it. Brings me to my second point with football. I know these guys here bet everything under the sun, and Dan had his Bills bet, and then I think we had a Ravens bet as well. Stop betting against the Chiefs.
I bet the Chiefs every single way. I bet Travis Kelce first touchdown because I've watched that game 100 times.
I've
seen that game.
But so here's what's weird. People are. This is actually a great time to be a gambler, and it might be too late. This might be it because there's this little like arbitrage window of people saying and knowing that Patrick Mahomes is like the next Brady or like the current Brady, but not really acting like it. Like still talking about the Ravens and the Bills as if they ever had a shot.
But that's the poison of living in like modern time.
Brady era.
Like people bet against Brady all the fucking time. Now we look back with rose-colored lenses and say, why would you ever bet against Brady? People bet against Brady in this game every single time.
Yeah.
And Brady would go out and win every single time. It would.
Well, then maybe it's maybe things will be.
It's kind of this. I was
after
thinking,
Brady. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that'll always be the case, and people will just always be stupid.
Because you're always rooting for a downfall. People always are trying to find the reason.
It's
for
one
a
thing
downfall.
okay, if you want to bet on someone and just be like, I'm hoping, but to be like, again, I'm not. So I almost feel like sometimes being a little removed from things, you can see it clearer. Like I'm not in the trenches as a football guy. There was I don't care about MVPs. I don't care. Lamar Jackson was not beating Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
It was not happening. It was not happening. And I saw Dan was 18-1, and I know I'm sure he probably knew it in his head too, but wanted it in his heart. But it was almost like, why are you even doing this? Like there's no chance. There's no chance. They're not losing. They're winning the Super Bowl too. Like we'll have the same conversation in 2 weeks. Like they're not losing.
I thought maybe they'd lose to the Lions.
They're playing so fucking good.
The Lions could have been the Lions Chiefs would have given me Pats Rams Super Bowl 1 vibes in 2000, where it's like gritty upstart team versus the fucking Rams.
Yeah, if the Lions made it, now you're playing with a little bit of like black magic.
Yeah.
Like now there's something special in the air. That is the only thing that can defeat Patrick Mahomes is like magic, because it's like he is Brady. It maybe it's because there was not enough time in between. It's like people are still thinking about Brady.
Yeah.
So like if he came along like 15 years from now, and maybe you'd be viewed differently. I'm not saying people don't think I know people know the Chiefs and Mahomes are great, but it's like, but they're really not acting the same way they were for like the end of Brady, where it was like he's going to win every game.
Yeah,
he's going to win every game. At least I don't know what their roster looks like at if Kelsey and everybody retires, then I don't know. But like if he has some weapons, like Andy Reid's there, if everything is still basically as is, they're not going to lose.
He is.
Start acting accordingly, guys. Just save your breath. We don't need to do the big arguments. We don't need to do the comparisons. Like it's over. He's winning.
The comparisons are. Dave put out a video yesterday. The comparisons are interesting. They are
the comparisons to current players in the league.
No, Mahomes Brady.
To Brady, okay.
Where it's like. I mean, first of all, to be clear, if he wins this Super Bowl, he's still merely keeping pace.
Yeah.
So you're not laughed out of the conversation. You're also not like.
The only thing I'll say though is Brady is so weird because he had like a decade gap, and I don't know if Mahomes is gonna have that.
Yeah, he might not.
Because that's where. So I think what Mahomes has is this weird potential where it's like if he doesn't have, because what's the weirdest thing about Brady is that gap in between where it's like. How did they not win one for like 8 years,
right.
And then win so many after? Where if Mahomes keeps going, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, but I mean that's what you would have said about Brady 5 years in too.
Yeah, but and probably incorrectly there was still like he wasn't. When did he have like his 50 touchdown season?
Probably 07 was the record year.
And then so he still lost a lot after that.
Lost.
No, not really. Well,
lost
I'm
in
just
11.
saying that there was still like Brady always had that tag sort of like the game manager and the defense and all that shit. Whereas
which is just
always
also like it's just a wrong tag. Mm-hmm. Like, but which I don't care. Tag him whatever you want. But if you look at the numbers he was a top 3 quarterback every year.
Yeah. I think. I guess it'll just be like the fact that like if it keeps going, like is Mahomes just gonna get to like 6 really quick?
He might if they don't have any other good quarterbacks in this goddamn league. But the
That's
thing with
what you guys are gonna play, right?
That'll
be the card you guys play.
No, my card is gonna be.
I see it coming already.
But
like it's ridiculous. Like looking at it now, and I love the guy, but like the Joe Burrow Patrick Mahomes comparisons, like a year or whatever ago. It's crazy. It's crazy talk.
But
I love Joe, and I want him to get back and be in the conversation. But like right now, stop.
Yeah.
And same thing with Josh Allen, and same thing with Josh Herbert and Justin Herbert and everybody. There's nobody. It's him. It's just him.
Yesterday though, Tom Brady doesn't give you that ball back every single drive in the second half.
I mean, yeah. Listen,
put the ball 6 times back to him. Say, here you go, come tie the game.
Yeah,
I know a guy who's not doing that. But all like
that's why it is. And you can always just kind of flip it both ways. It's like the Ravens got to be. On the one hand, I'm like, don't beat yourself up because you were not going to win that game. On the other hand, it's like those penalties and some of that play at the end there was bad football.
Yeah,
man. Like I mean that taunting penalty was insane, dude. In that moment right there, and then the fumble. I can't like knock him for it because that was just a great play. But it's just like, boy, those were Those were moments that are just like, fuck this. Similar to the Lions, where it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just that there was something working against us. It's Patrick Mahomes and the Black Magic. I don't know. It's just not going to happen. And it, you know what it probably is? It's probably Taylor Swift. Because really, the bigger thing is, it's not like, do you know football? It's like, do you know life? Do you know, pop culture? And like, it's just, this is the year of Taylor. More so than the year of Mahomes or the year of Kelsey. It's just, she made $4 billion and she's going to win a Super Bowl. She should get a ring. She should get a ring. She'll be at the Super Bowl. She'll be at the parade. She should get a ring. She should be at the banner ceremony. She's the 12th man. And it's crazy.
It is crazy.
The aftermath with Travis and Taylor Swift. Two very funny moments. The speech was funny because he went full like meathead Travis, and she was just sitting there like, "That's my doofus. That's my fucking doofus." But prior to that, did you see her being like, "We have to go over here"?
No.
It was very funny. It was like they hugged, they kissed, and she was like pointing to like the trophy ceremony, like the stage and stuff, and she was like, I think over there is where everything. She was just like kind of like directing logistics as like girlfriends do, being like, okay, like great, we gotta get over there. That's where everybody is. So like, let's move over there. And it's just like, yeah, this two are just fucking boyfriend and girlfriend. It just happens to be the most ridiculous goddamn relationship of all time. And there's just no way that she's there and in the booth and in the suite and all that shit, and they lose.
Yeah,
it's just not happening. You're not getting like heartbreak shots, camera shots of Taylor Swift. You're not doing it. It's gonna be swag surfing and handshakes with Brittany Mahomes and hugs with Donna Kelsey and all that shit.
I love the her quote to Romo. I thought that was like one of the coolest things. She's like that. I mean, she's been solidified as a cool person for a long time for me.
What'd she say?
But where like Romo was like, you're so great. Oh no, she said to Romo, "You're great," and he's like, "No, you're great." And she's like, "But we do such different things, don't we?" And like the way she said it, we're just like she had like interest. It seemed like, and where she's like,
it was genuine. She wasn't just saying.
Like we're both just like it's just so cool. Like we're both just like in our own fields doing such a great thing, and like, and I'm sure people could spin it as whatever they wanted to. Like I was like, that's the person who's being like, "Hey, we're both happy. That's cool, man."
Bro, Taylor Swift would have every right for so many reasons to just be absolute fucking good if she wanted to. For so many reasons.
No, she wouldn't. We've said that before.
Well,
she doesn't have the number one reason, which is just don't be.
True. But if like the world, I would be, and I think I would be like, no, I'm justified. If the world treated me the way the world treated her, and then like she still came out on top, I'd be like, fuck all of you. All of you, even the weird fans. Like, where were you? You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that she's still like, even let's say it's a front. I don't think it is, but even if she's just like the phoniest phony, but she puts on a smile and says nice things to you, like, cool by me.
Yeah.
Because someone on her level dealing with what she has to deal with, doing what she does all the time, just from like a point of view of stress, just be like, I don't know. I'm sorry I was an asshole to you that day. I was in between fucking tour dates while I was traveling to see my boyfriend in the fucking league while I was dealing with AI picks. It's like you could just be an asshole because shit is stressful. On top of the fact that, like the world fucking tried to bury you for, years on end. But Taylor is going to be kissing Travis at midfield. He's gonna say, I'm going to Disney World with Taylor Swift, and it's written in the stars. Niners fans, pack it up. Yeah. Don't even fucking bother, man. Where did you fall? Where are you on the AI pictures? I've gone around in a circle on them a couple times.
I don't have much of a stance. I didn't see them or anything like that, so I don't know. I know they exist. I don't know. Like,
the thing about them is they are so ridiculous that it's kind of like, I want to preface this by saying I think it's fucked up and weird and creepy and like shouldn't do it. But if it was like a selfie that she took or something like that, or like it looked like a real picture and it wasn't, and people were like, "Oh my god!" Like Taylor Swift sends like nudes to Travis Kelce that look like this.
Yeah.
It's like she's painted from head to toe in red with "fuck me" on her ass cheeks in the stands of a Kansas City Chiefs game. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like she's getting fucked by Oscar the Grouch.
I think it's
It's like obviously a violation, but it's not like the same as like it's like nobody in the world thinks these are real.
Yeah, but
they're gross, but it's like
I think it's a good thing in the sense that like finally it'll be cracked down on.
Yeah.
Because this has existed forever.
Yeah, like Photoshop.
It's been bad forever. And
yeah,
we at a time, we came in where when I was like 12, I saw like Topanga shirtless. That was huge, right? Like,
yeah,
I probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever happened happened. And
sorry, Topanga.
I was at my friend's house. I didn't pound off to it, but I saw quote unquote AI images of nude celebrities when I was a kid and was like, whoa, holy shit. But like, yeah, it shouldn't exist. And it's very interesting that like someone chose to do it to Taylor Swift. Like, this is something that should have been regulated and should have had problems and laws on the books to prevent it and ways to punish people who violate them forever, and no one ever has. Yeah. But then you decided to nuke Washington D.C.
Yeah,
and guess
what?
There's
got to be a response.
Since the start of the internet, we just let this slide, and then you decided to walk up to the president and punch him in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now
Secret Service is going to take you
now
out.
There are going to be humongous ramifications.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. I think they should have been a long time coming.
I mean, I guess you could just punish like the punishments. I guess if you can track back that you made these,
yeah,
you're really in trouble. To me, it's like I don't know. Who knows what this guy was saying is real or not, but the one guy who I think popularized it, I don't think he made them. His account was ZV Bear.
Yeah.
And he said, all I can think of when I see Taylor at these games is these pictures, which I think is more like being like, yeah, when I see her at Chiefs games, I think about the photo I saw. She's getting fucked at a Chiefs game.
Yeah.
And he tweeted like I'm a Swiftie. This is terrible. He was like, when they make documentaries about this, I'm going to be the villain. And he wrote like, it's never been more over for me, bro. Like, I think he was more like, oh, fuck. Like, I shouldn't have tweeted that out. I've totally fucked this up. Rather than like, I'm the one who created them and like, look at this. Like, you're a weirdo for putting it out there.
So they weren't like sexual?
No, they're sexual, but they're just so fake.
Mm.
She's getting fucked by Oscar Crouch. She's naked and her butt cheeks say "fuck me," and there's like fans in the crowd like pointing at her, and then there's just like a guy having sex with her. I think is another one, but just all like the faces. They were like hyper realistic pictures of Taylor Swift are going around, and it's like the face is hyper realistic, but nothing else here is.
Yeah,
there was not a single moment of like, these are real pictures, because that's the real danger of AI, fake deep fakes, in my opinion, is like make it look real and make it look like she made a sex tape, make it look like she takes these very explicit photos of herself, which she has every right to do, but also when that goes out, that like changes your perception and your reputation and all that sort of shit. This is like, these are fake. These are fake.
Yeah.
Both bad, but one I think way worse than the other.
The way they were described, I thought it was like sex, which I guess it is in a sense the way you described it.
Yeah,
I thought it was like people at home in bed having sex.
That's right. Yeah. When I heard that, I thought that's what it was going to be like. This is like Travis Kelce and her like together, and it was like it's literally Oscar the Grouch giving her back shots. Like, guys, we don't need to. I almost think like, I mean, as a woman, it's probably different. But like, if something like this happened to me, I'd be like, "This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
this is silly, guys. I'm sucking Oscar the Grouch's dick. Like, what? Rather than being like, this is like a.
I think it's nice. It's probably nice to like even flex your power. You're like, that's gone. I'll change the world now for that too.
Yeah.
Well, but like that. Yeah, like if I think with AI stuff, I'm like, I'm like, it's not real. So it's whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, I would think the same thing. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. It's not me. So what do you want me to do? But obviously things are exceptionally different.
It's also funny to watch how quickly shit gets scrubbed from the internet when people are about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they do that. How do you do that? How do you stop the
All
internet?
you've been told your whole life is the internet's forever. Not if you
It's
don't want
not.
it to be.
If you're Beyonce, if you're Taylor Swift, if you're Kim Kardashian, like, it's not. I don't know how they do that, though. I feel like they have to, like, call the fucking Tommy's they.
Yeah.
The power grid people. You got to delete all those pictures. Because, like, just tracking it down, individual accounts, I can't imagine, unless you just pay someone, like, a boatload of money to have people to do, like, 1 million people to do that. It's like trying to stop a literal virus from spreading. It's like you can't. It's just gone. But they do it somehow. It's wild. But you know, shout out to Oscar the Grouch deserves some retribution as well. Justice for Oscar, free Oscar. That you're deranged if you make a Taylor Swift Oscar the Grouch sex picture. That's nuts. I don't know why, but Oscar is like the last one I would pick. That's some funny shit. What else we got? Anything else before we dive into voicemails? The essential your workout really needs is Fitbod. It's a fitness app that creates completely personalized workouts that adapt as you improve. Whether you're a seasoned gym goer meathead like Feitelberg, or you're just starting out your fitness journey and you're a bag of bones like me, Fitbod will push you to make your progress. I can't even imagine what your Fitbod versus my Fitbod would look like. It would be an entirely different. Like the fact
You gotta
that
start working out with Nate. Nate's been hitting the gym.
no, I might have to start working out because like if Nate is big, I mean, that would suck, dude. Imagine if Nate could beat you up. You can't live in a world where Nate could beat you up. If I was,
Do you think Nate could beat you up right now? I think Nate could take you.
I got a lot of problems. Like I got a lot of
Nate's got fire.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I wouldn't be ready to fight, you know? Like we'd be talking shit and I'd be like thinking like we're just going to keep it verbal and he would like go spider monkey. And I'd be like, "Wow, wait a minute." Next thing you know, Nate beat me up. So I'd have to get on my Fitbod, bro.
Bro was O'Donnell beats up Larry David.
yeah, exactly.
She got me down, sure. But
anyway, Fitbod's like having your own personal trainer, but better. It's cheaper. You can work out anywhere with or without equipment, and it's easy to build a custom fitness plan that works for you. They create personalized workout routines based on your goals, your fitness level, and your available equipment. It adapts as you improve to each workout, and it will be challenging you to push and make progress. It tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout, which is, I think, such a huge thing. When you don't know what you're doing and you just dive in head first and you're like, I'm going to lift the heaviest weight or run the most miles, and your body instantly is like, never do this again, and you give up, Fitbod will help you stop running into that problem. So add Fitbod to your workout essentials. Join Fitbod today and get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free at fitbod.me/KFC. That's FITBOD.me/KFC.
oh, this is very quick. We did a sketch the other day in Washington Square Park, and we've never been more profiled.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This stuck with me all night. I kept thinking about it.
Clearly, it stuck with me. It's 5 days later. It was Thursday morning.
It was Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. So Washington Square Park's pretty empty. It's raining. All that stuff. We're waiting for Jackie. Jackie's half hour late.
Jackie time is a real thing. Jackie time is for sure. 30 minutes.
But so it's pouring rain. It's December to January, whatever month it is. So all the trees are dead. There's no cover anywhere in Washington Square Park except for under the humongous arch. So we're like, we'll just stand under the arch, wait for Jackie, be out of the rain, wait for the rain to subside a little
so
bit.
this is what? You, Trent, Pads, Jack, and
Greer, Owen,
Nate.
Nate.
Okay. What a crew.
We're standing under there for like, to be fair, a long time. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever it was.
Yes.
And we're just talking, whatever. I'm sure we're being loud at some point. And next to us is a Palestinian memorial. And this woman comes up to us.
Jesus Christ.
And she just goes, I'm not saying you would, but you guys know not to fuck with that, right? we're like, no, she goes, I'm not,
Bro, how did you not lead the podcast?
I forgot the way that she phrased it, but
it was like, I'm not saying you would, or like, I'm not making assumptions. I'm not making assumptions here, but like, you guys know not to fuck with that, right? And we were like, First of all, it seems like you're making humongous assumptions.
Huge assumptions. You're making the one assumption that we all know you're making.
Wait, Kev, close your eyes real quick. Think about what that girl looked like.
Okay,
That's what she looked like.
that was going to be my next question. I picture a white. I picture a white woman with I picture a Jewish white woman with curly hair and glasses.
I actually disagree. You're wrong. I disagree with you. I thought she looked kind of cool. She has a skateboard.
I thought she looked cool too. I think that we all would have been friends with her if she didn't profile us right away. I thought she was cool, but she definitely looked like exactly what I would think is like a.
Oh, I kind of. She
He's
came
like a
up-
what? What are we saying here?
I don't know what you're saying. I thought she looked like a cool chick.
No, I think that she would be the type of girl like those motherfuckers are definitely gonna hit that shit.
Yeah. It was like. Now, to be fair, in the moment, again, if it was a perfectly sunny day. And we've been staying there 15 minutes, we're definitely going to fuck with that thing. Like, it's a fair assumption that we're just standing next to it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Like, yeah, we're going to fuck with it. It was pouring rain. It was the only place to shelter within a 3-block radius.
There's the reason why we're standing here.
We're standing here to be out of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
But-
what was it? It was like a memorial or like like the people or a thing?
No, it was a thing. There
candles
were
and shit?
candles and
Yeah, okay.
pictures and flowers.
Got it. So they thought you were just gonna like go.
I'll
like,
kick it or
down.
something.
That is a bold assumption.
Now,
You
let me add to it that Jack, Mack, and Greer were there. And you bet your ass.
They weren't opening their mouth, were they?
Yes.
Were
But
they
even
talking
even
about,
more
about topics like that?
No, the most important thing that probably, I guess, would say a fair job profiling would have been Greer's Washington January Sixers shirt. when she walked away, Greer was like, Greer was wearing a Washington January Sixers shirt, and then didn't even realize I was wearing that.
He just took it off the top of the pile.
I got so much J6 gear at home, man. You know, you never know what's clean and what's dirty.
That dude is the fucking funniest. That dude is like he's living like everything is a joke, but just for himself. Yeah. Like he doesn't have a big following. He's not doing it for clout. He's just like, this shirt is funny. So
I bought it for him.
Yeah. J6ers.
I like buying Greer funny shirts.
That's a fair. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think she
saw
She
it.
did not see.
She did not see it.
Oh.
It was just something like.
Okay, so then back to the profile.
Once we were making fun of it, it was like, wait, Greer, what the fuck? I don't think she saw that either. I think she just saw 7, 8
Did you have your
white
mustache?
guys.
Were you looking like this?
I did have my mustache. Yep, and I was wearing a flannel. It's honestly,
fair
if anything, it's an argument for stop and frisk.
Not making assumptions. You guys know not to fuck with that, huh?
Yeah.
How old do you think she was?
Probably NYU kid. It was Washington Square Park. She was a skateboard.
Yeah.
And she
I
was
would say
just
she was
walking
20.
through, or she was under the.
She came out of nowhere.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere, but I think she was going over. She probably saw it from a distance, was going over to take a look at it, and then saw us next to it. It was like, I'm going to say this. As soon as I joined the crew and saw that we were standing underneath it, I was immediately looking for other places, as I'm sure you were, other places to take cover.
There was nowhere else.
was
It was
nowhere
just
else.
right next to the Palestinian candles.
But I was like, I just want to be as far away from this as possible, so there are no assumptions made.
That's fucking great. Another great skip, by the way. Another fucking home run, dude. The Zin culture is. I was trying to think of like. I guess the only other thing that like sort of compares in recent years is the seltzer revolution.
Yeah.
In the alcohol world, but the Zin world is. I mean, these guys are just fucking killing it. Chuck Schumer with a completely reasonable platform.
Never been more reasonable.
Like just says don't target kids with addictive nicotine, and people were like,
yeah,
that's a quote card headline thing too.
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And I did it myself too. I made a video of it, but I put a little asterisk and then in small font on I said, saying to not give it to children. If he comes for just the product itself and the adults and all that, different story. But right now, just being like, we should probably regulate this and stop marketing it towards children. I don't know what their marketing is. I guess
I think it's probably like Juuling with flavors. Like I know Massachusetts,
No
California, you can't do flavors.
God, so it makes it like candy, sort of like
Yeah, I like citrus and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I mean, it is. It's good though, right? I mean, it's better. It's a step in the right direction. If you're gonna just start doing it, don't do it. But if you're, chewing tobacco or dip or whatever, this is a better alternative, right?
I think so.
It's just like
It's got no tobacco in it, which is the cancer causing. You're
still gonna be wildly addicted to a substance.
I don't
That's
even.
not
It's
good.
fine. It's just something to do.
I saw. So how many pouches will you put in a day?
I'll go through a little over a 10.
How many is that? You do 15 a day?
Yeah.
And this how much?
I usually do
cost?
like 2 or 3 at
$20?
a time.
Mm-hmm.
$8, I think. Depends.
Oh wow, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I thought this would be like a pack of 6.
I get at the bodega by my apartment. It's like walking into an Indian bazaar every time I go. So they're always working deals on me, and they always get me. Like they'll give me 5. They'll give me to buy 5, buy 1 free. They'll give me to buy 10, get 2 free.
You don't even know if you're actually coming out ahead.
No
You're just
clue.
like, yeah.
And sometimes I'll walk in, I'll just order 6 and assume that the deal happens. But
my
usually
God.
usually when I get 6, it comes out to like $46. So whatever the math is on that, $44.78, I think.
Because so you're putting in like a couple at a time.
I'll usually start with 2, and then I'll add. Once those start to lose flavor, I'll add.
How many hours a day are you? I got the Butterfingers today. Do you not have like every time I'm talking to you? Do you have them in?
Probably.
That's crazy.
It's just something to do. Like I don't
know
even
if I
feel
could-
anything from it really.
I don't even know if I could like. I guess I could. You do it like you talk fine. I can't tell if there's a bunch of pouches in your mouth. Or maybe you've been doing it for so long that maybe if you start talking without them, I would notice a difference. Like, that's your real voice. Imagine that if you couldn't talk without Zin. I don't know if it's just because of I guess it's just if you don't grow up around it. Like nobody in my family and none of my friends did it.
That's crazy. My entire life, everyone in my life chewed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a hockey thing.
It was hockey and
Like
baseball.
nobody's dipping in basketball.
Yeah.
But like Paz played the same sports.
You played baseball though, right?
Baseball,
Yeah, I played
baseball.
baseball.
Hockey and
I
baseball,
never
too.
played baseball old enough to be doing shit like this.
Yeah.
So maybe that would have. But I don't know. I'm pretty. I don't like the thought of it, and I don't really get like pressured into that sort of shit. Certainly not dip. Maybe I could do these. I
do not think you'd care for these.
yeah.
This is like you don't want none of this, do we? Guys?
Yeah. When I
Did you see what I made Jackie do it the other day?
Yeah.
she dipped or she did a pouch?
She put it,
Yeah.
yeah. She was. She probably lasted like 6 minutes. She was like, "I'm so dizzy." That thing I say in that sketch.
Did she like how long does a pouch last?
a half hour?
So, but if you
Depends the brand.
you just put it in real quick and then like spit it out, you'll get.
I think
a
20
couple
minutes is probably a safe bet to say like how long the
And then the buzz lasts for longer, or
No.
like the buzz and the pouch last like the same amount of time.
same.
Got it. So you put it in, it starts right away. You feel it right away.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some people being like comments all over social media, but just as this thing went viral, people being like, I dipped like for years, so I thought like I would be fine with this, and like I am zooming when I put in a Zen.
Yeah, it just makes you dizzy and uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I mean the description you gave to Trent, I was like, yeah, this sounds like my nightmare.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
Choose to do it every morning. I genuinely look forward to finishing my coffee. I've had about 2 waters in me. I haven't eaten anything, and then I just get
You guys
really
are
dizzy.
addicted. You're addicts.
But
like,
I could tell you, I don't think I just like doing it. Like I'm never like I need a Zen. If you were like you can't Zen anymore, but okay, fine.
you're a weird person like that.
Yeah.
I've learned though. Whatever like triggers addiction in the human body, I don't think you have.
It's passion. We started the show with this.
I'm empty in all the bad ways, but also the good ways. I feel like Zen. My experience with Zen is like people like you who were dipping and now do Zen.
But I
guess
didn't.
there's a lot of people who are just picking up Zen.
But I mean, I by that standard, I probably picked up Zen. Like I didn't
You
do
hadn't
it.
been dipping?
I didn't. No, I hadn't dipped in like 3 years. I think I quit dipping in 2020.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2021.
And then, so what made you do this?
Boredom. Just something to do.
But you were bored and didn't dip.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just
Did like dipping run its course for you? You're like, I don't enjoy this anymore?
no, dipping was just like, I think I went 3 days and I was like, I haven't had a dip,
Might
and
as
I was
well
like,
go.
I guess I'll just stop.
Did you dip, Paps?
Yeah, I dipped in high school
So-
and college.
And then
And then honestly, me and every single person I know was vaping, and vaping is probably fucking awful for you.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna start zinning. Don't need a vape anymore. And I was like,
Yeah.
just throwing a couple of these a day, and I'm good. But vape is like awful, dude.
And then
But so you're doing a couple tins or a couple pouches?
I'll do a whole 10 probably a day. Wow. Yeah.
Why? It's truly one of those things that's like I guess there always was smokeless products, but like this, I feel like if you are work at Zyn or you work in that field or whatever, I mean, it's got to be like it's a revolution.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, which
Which Europeans gonna be watching us like, we fucking told you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you for fucking 100 years.
Yeah.
I remember like playing like hockey and like people would, know a kid who played in Switzerland, know a kid who played in Sweden, know a kid who
Got that
played
good over there.
They got snus. It's just like you just put it in your lip, and we're like, fuck that, dude. No American tobacco, no thanks.
Yeah. And it's just like infinitely better.
I like dipping more.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't even fathom putting in a chunk of tobacco in my
Yeah.
mouth
Yeah,
anymore.
bro.
I would throw
Like
up.
looking back on it, do you realize how fucking
Disgusting.
and insane it is that you guys are doing that?
Yeah.
Like, and
But also pretty badass.
Watching guys like pull their liver out, just drop mud, dirt in there.
See,
And
that's rookie ball though. I just go, pop it in the
yeah, but a lot of other people don't, man.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you have a little bit in, fine. But when you're sitting there telling them, I'm like, are you fucking ridiculous? Are you a goddamn child? You can just have this conversation, and you're holding a bottle of your throw up spit? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I remember.
Dave hated that.
Oh, I bet, dude.
They'd be
Because if
spitting all over the place.
if you don't live it too, like it's crazy foreign. Like, I mean, I guess I didn't even realize like what it was like in college. I don't think I knew the difference of like chewing tobacco and dip.
Yeah.
That was all new to me. And there was a kid, one of my buddies was like a neat freak, paired up with a baseball player, and he would spill his dip bottles all the time. And my friend would just go nuts on him all the time. And I was just like, this is nuts. This guy's just spilling bottles of his brown spit everywhere. It was just not in my town. Not that I know of, at least. Like, I don't think I knew anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a big Long Island thing. Like every kid dipped in Long
It
Island.
was my entire life. It was everywhere.
Crazy. It's
I
wild.
think I
that
dipped
we
as
have
a
two different
13-year-old.
upbringings, you know?
What's
I was
that?
like dipping at 13, I think.
I probably started dipping 13. I started my freshman year of high school, so
Yeah.
at 13.
Did your parents know?
I think no. They probably.
I mean, like you wouldn't do it in front of them.
Yeah. No.
Right.
No. Even when I was an adult, I wouldn't do it in front of them.
Right.
I do it in front of my dad, but not my mom.
Right. All right. Let's get the voicemails.
Yep.
I was just walking my dog and it made me think of this would you rather question, and I definitely want to hear Jackie's opinion on the take. But would you rather live life as a dog but have a human's brain? So you live, a standard dog's life and everything. You live with a good family, but you have a human's brain, so you understand everything that's happening in modern civilization and you understand the modern trappings of life and everything you'd be missing out, but you're a dog, so you live in a cool dog's life, but you got a human brain. Or would you rather live as a billionaire that has no arms?
Oh.
And you can't get any like prosthetics or anything to replace it. You just gotta live with no arms, but you're a billionaire and you're set for life.
Dude, he threw me a curveball because I
Discuss.
thought it was just going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
And I was like, who would take if it was just mix and match? You would take the dog's body with the human's brain.
No.
Wait. So you'd be a human with a dog's brain. Yeah. You. Not like because you basically are a human with a dog's brain, but if you had literally a dog's brain.
It would be even better. If I could get even dumber, it would be so ideal.
Well, okay. So here's what I was thinking. At first,
Bro, if I could know 3 things,
and that's
what a
it.
life.
And I guess like you wake up every day and you just like you forget whatever else happened. And you just kind of like start fresh.
If you just like fucking, I know when the postman comes. I know
But what
doorbells
would
are scary.
you do as a human? As a dog, you can just sit there and sleep and lick your ass and stuff. As a human, you'd be expected to like get up and go places and do things, or would you just sit on the couch?
I guess
Because you have to like make money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'd have to live with my
you have to
parents
live-
forever.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
we're
right.
we're describing,
Yeah.
and you're choosing that.
Yeah.
It's like, would you rather be a dog with a brain or a person?
Yeah.
And you're taking that.
Yes. Yeah, I genuinely don't think it's a question.
I don't know, man. You don't ever like when people are like, "Oh, a dog's life," because the dog is living like.
Yeah, because he doesn't have anxiety.
Well, that's the thing.
He's not stressed out.
I think though.
That's the
so
the brain is the ideal part of the dog.
Right, but when you're a human, you have the expectations and the pressure and whatnot to be a human, make money, start a family, all that shit.
Not
as a
with
dog,
dog's brain.
huh?
Not when you have a dog's brain.
Yeah, but
You won't even recognize that external pressure.
but you can't do anything. A dog can still do dog stuff and have fun.
I can watch TV.
Not really.
I can watch TV.
You can watch TV, but you can't.
Dude, if I'm just like a dog sitting there and I can't talk and I'm fucking
I
like,
think-
well, you guys are going to vote this guy president again?
No. The first, don't get me wrong. The first few years, even like maybe the first like 5 years, 10 years might be tough because you're just on the inside going like, ah! But eventually you're just like, doesn't matter to me because I'm going to get pet. I'm going to get scratched. I'm going to get fed. You're going to get, you just get treated like a king. Eventually, once you realize, hey, you know what? My opinions and my thoughts and my actions wouldn't really matter anyway. We're all just a speck of dust. I might as well just get belly rubs and
But I don't
treats.
like any of that stuff either.
The petting and shit. You don't. I mean, me, if I could just sit there and get petted all day long. Because also, think about as much as people already say things like, oh, it's great, like what a dog's life, if you were smart enough to know, like, okay, if I don't shit in the house, if I don't eat up the carpet, like if I'm the best dog, they're really gonna love me.
Yeah.
Then they
But
really.
I'd be at the table all day. Like, what if I'm a dog in some family that's like, no dogs on the furniture, no dogs eating human food?
Well, okay, yeah. If you have one of those shitty families, then you got to run away. And you'd have a smart enough brain to do it. You could run away and go to a good family. I'm thinking you'd be such a smart dog. You'd go to the fridge and like paw at it, and then when they like grab like the food that you want, you go like, ruff, ruff. You could like literally communicate to them because you'd be smart enough to know this is what's going on. It would take a little while to get it adjusted to the fact that you like can no longer communicate or like live your own life. You're completely dependent upon them. There'll probably be some lonely days and nights when they leave you alone. But again, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
Using
do
your
not.
paw to hit the remote control, trying to turn the TV on.
Yeah, like if I'm just left, like I don't like being dependent on people, and
What are you gonna be with a fucking when you're brainless? You're living.
but at least I have the brain where I don't realize I'm dependent.
Got it.
That
Got
with
it.
my brain,
It's the ignorance.
Yeah,
It's not this. It's not the intelligence. It's the ignorance.
Yeah.
Ignorance truly is bliss. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I always think about the people who just not are like brain dead, but the people who the middle of the road stuff where it's just like I work my job, I do my manual labor, I'm outside all day, I earn a living wage, and I just go home and have a 6-pack, and I am just thrilled about that. That's great. There's something to be said for that.
beers, buds, and babes.
It's like, yeah, you're like the guy from Office Space. What would I do with $1 million?
Yeah,
Two chicks, man. But anyway, this is not the real question. The real question is a billionaire with no arms.
I think I'd be.
No prosthetics is tough. Because again, you want to talk about being dependent. You have no arms.
Yeah.
You are rich enough to pay somebody to be your arms.
Like arrested with
The proxy.
Yeah. Not even proxy. Fucking fling me.
Yeah. You would have to pay somebody. You'd be like, I'm paying you to be my arms, and I'm paying you like 10x that to really be my arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not okay. I'm paying this person to like feed me and shit. Now I'm paying you. You're like wiping my ass. You're jerking me off. You're knowing my secrets. You know what I'm doing. You know my dirt.
I'll be honest. If I lose my arms,
You killing yourself?
I just don't masturbate anymore. I'm not having.
You got no, not dude. I don't know.
I'll have sex still.
Well, okay, yeah,
masturbation's out.
Well, that's right.
Or you can give me a hand job if you're
not-
my wife.
That's
or whatever.
that's an interesting question.
I don't have
If you
just
hire-
fucking.
If you hire a proxy and he jerks you off, Are you masturbating or getting a hand job? That's a philosophical question for you. That's a Chinese riddle for you, Rhonda.
Depends how it got started.
Did I just say, like, hey, jerk me off?
Yeah.
Or, like, did I woo?
Which I would
romance you?
imagine most of the time you're not cuddling and it just gets hard. Usually you're just like, if it's your proxy, you're kind of sitting on the couch and he's sitting on the other couch and you're like.
Well, I guess it's also interesting. Are you hiring a man or a woman as your proxy?
I was thinking man.
So was I. But if you're thinking about things like this, you would probably hire a woman.
Yeah.
You got to be thinking like you got to hire like a nurse almost.
I think
I'd probably have two. I'd probably have like one for care and one for like, here's my buddy who we hang out with. You know? Like, can you open my beers for me?
I got my jerk off, bro.
Wouldn't it be funny if you had a guy and a girl and the nurse is like, do you want me to like take care of that for you? Like, you're in bed or whatever, you're sick, you're old, whatever it is, you're hard. She says, do you want me to take care of that? He's like, no, I have like, you know, Enrique over here does that for me. Like, whatever, dude. How about now? No arms is really tough.
No arms is borderline impossible, but I can't be a dog. I can't do it. I cannot have you touching me all the time. Like almost every time a dog gets touched, it doesn't want to get touched.
No, that's not true. They do want to get touched.
But like
they're always like rolling over and
when they come to you, they want to be touched. Most of the time,
yeah,
you're just touching a dog.
Yeah.
If I was just having people touch me, I'd jump in front of a car.
Yeah. That's probably what dogs do.
Yeah.
No arms or blind?
Blind.
Blind or no legs?
No arms.
No arms?
Yeah. No arms. I got watch movies and TV. That's like my thing.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
I can't.
gotta be able to see. I gotta be able to look at stuff. Yeah.
Although, yeah, but even like if you're blind and have arms, like you're probably not like exercising too much. So
why not?
Those are basically the two things I do.
Oh, I got you. You can like run and do sit-ups.
Running. No, thank you.
How could you work out with no arms? You would just have to do legs and like, can you do crunches with no arms? I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just seems weird that you would just be like, I don't know. That dude, the one-armed basketball player, declared for the draft.
Did he really?
Yeah. I used to make this joke all the time when we were younger. Anybody can declare for the draft.
Yeah.
I want to throw my hat in the ring again. I've done this, 20 years running. I'm officially available for the 2024 NBA draft. If anybody wants to do it. All right, next voicemail.
What's going on, KFC crew? Been hesitant to submit a voicemail for a little bit, but I'm in the bar right now. Saw a girl rocking the Feitelberg Amsterdam fit, so I thought if that's not an omen, what is? Fights, if you could drop that mashup you've been listening to, the Adam song X Juice WRLD, that would be great. I've been trying to track it down for a while. But I'm in my last year of my undergrad and going on a little trip soon to the States. I'm from Canada. And the thing I'm most excited about is I know there's going to be some pirate waters down there. So my question for you guys is, what is something that you get so irrationally excited about that is so missing the point? That I'm going on my final grad trip with all my buddies, and all I'm looking forward to is a couple pirate waters. Anyway, thanks.
That's a great question. Also, the mashup, that mashup has like 11,000 listens, and I'm like 10,000. It is not some big popular.
Is it on YouTube? Is it like
yeah. I think it's called.
Streaming, right?
I think it's called Pop Punk Never Dies. I've never listened to it on my phone.
How does that work, by the way? Like YouTube, like legit counts your like every single view. Like, I feel like sometimes those numbers are fugazi.
Okay, it's 3 years old and has 30,000 views. Yeah, it's called Pop Punk Never Dies Mashup Mix by Mark Hayes, Hays.
How'd you find this?
I think it's Google Pop Punk Mashup.
Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't pull 11,000 views out of nowhere. I'd seen it with that.
Yeah. So you watched it go from 11 to 30.
I don't know how many are made.
Yeah.
It is. I would guess since I played it on the show, people Googled it and found it through that, and that's how it got a lot of the views. Yeah. But it had 11,000 views for sure. Because I was like, this is crazy that I listen to this fucking mashup with 11,000 views all the time.
It's like when you were the first person to listen to Andre 3000's that whole album.
Yeah.
You're one of like 1,000 people. Like right now, I could tell you if I went back to Amsterdam, I'd be focused on those pancakes.
I'll tell you this.
Nothing
I
else.
went back. I went to the same place. For some reason, they did not hit the same.
Maybe
to
you were
be
not
fair,
stoned.
it was. It was like we landed and then went. Like I hadn't slept much. It was like 8 a.m. kind of deal. It might be better. I was just tired. But I was like,
I also just don't think those are for you as much as they're for me. Those are my jams.
Yeah.
Some chocolate and caramel and syrup and all that shit. I was like, oh my God.
I like traveling. Like I like being in an airport. I like being on a plane.
I that's new for me. I like being on the airplane. The you are completely like disconnected in a way. Well, first of all, you're disconnected if you want to. You can connect literally if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can just be like, oh, I was on the plane. But I can't do anything right now. I can't do like the work. I can't watch the kids. I can't go run the errands. I can't go to work. I'm on this fucking tin can in the sky.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chill for 4 hours, and that could be. I usually watch Curb. I don't really watch Curb.
I've seen
outside
it's
of
still season 9 though. Like I got a season 9. It's been too long. I've watched it like 10 times.
I always watch Curb, so that's like the one time I really like. I associate Larry with planes. Or I play some video games, and it's like I'm excited. Like when we go to Vegas, because we've been doing like short trips. Really,
Yeah.
Vegas is like a decent chunk, right? It's like a 5-hour flight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 5 hours of pure bliss. No, I can't do nothing. So I like that. I don't really like the airport. But yeah, you know what? I like the airport bar, and like, you know, when we all get there early, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're delayed and you're just like sitting in an airport, I don't know if I love that. But if I'm with you guys, you could delay me. If we're going to work and we're delayed and it's just like all of us, I'm like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll just like make the video.
Sometimes I hope for a little delay. If I wasn't able to chill at the airport for more than like 25 minutes.
Yo, well, you didn't the other day, right? I feel like you rolled right on the plane.
We rolled right. Yeah, that was.
I texted John. I said, I don't think Pav's gonna make it.
Yeah, I was waiting for the text. I was like, I know what he's doing. He's just
Yeah.
gonna let me rock, and I was like, I can't wait to like pop in.
I was like, if Pavs does not make this flight, I should be mad at him. But I don't want to be mad at him. And also, it was bullshit. Like, travel here, they didn't book our travel, so we had like these ridiculous. We had to fly and then drive, and it was a really early flight. So like we shouldn't have been traveling that early. So he kind of had some leeway to begin with. But I was just gonna be like, it's okay, dude. So I didn't bother texting him, being like, yo, I didn't want him like being nervous or like, fuck, I'm not gonna make it. And so I was just like, I don't know. I'll just go do this alone. Which is why, like, I'm a terrible boss. But people will just walk all over me for the rest of my life because I was just like, I'm just not going to be mad. If he texts me and says it, I was just going to say, it's all good, dude. I was like, I should say something to somebody. So I just said to John, I don't think Paz is going to make this flight.
You texted? You didn't think I was gonna make it?
I was sitting on the plane.
Yeah.
And I think it was about 20 minutes to take off.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's got to make it in the next 20 minutes. And I didn't see him at all. So
I was there on time. It was just the clear.
Yeah,
whoever was there for Clear was just ruining my day. Was trying to make me miss my flight. They were just.
Clear needs their own podium.
Yes.
This whole we just bring someone up in front of you is nuts. You just need to have your own podium. And then if 1 billion people sign up for Clear, like you need 2 podiums, 3 podiums.
Right.
But like when I'm like, okay, I'm next. And then it's like, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Like, or they at least have to have a rule where like you can only get cut twice.
Yeah.
I got cut by 3 individual Clear people. And I was like, if there's a 4th, there's going to be a murder-suicide. I'm killing everybody here. If a 4th person cuts me off.
That is great. Dude, we had the other day all the stewardesses cut in front of us. Like 20 of them.
Yeah, I
was like, don't you guys have some other entrance?
Right. That's these people all should have you have the employee entrance. You have the Clear entrance. We have the poor people entrance.
They weren't even like apologetic about it, which pissed me off.
Well,
like,
I think you probably do it so often that you're like,
but they were so like, if it's like
2 people.
a team, it's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was like
a conference of
20
them?
people.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That is
I
crazy.
was like, where the fuck did all these people come from?
Yeah, that's nuts. And if you're like late and you're rushing and
Yeah.
that happens, We also need to. I'm going to run for president. My platform will be 1. I am repealing the Patriot Act, whatever act has all this TSA bullshit, and 2, whatever we do need to keep, we're upgrading to the one where you don't have to take anything out. There's that one like. You don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your belt off. You just put everything in.
Yeah.
No. It's like I went.
Oh yes, sometimes yeah. I know what you mean.
Every airport.
Yeah.
Like just print the money, fake billions. It's the airline industry. Everything's like fake trillions to begin with. Get rid of all the old ones. We're abolishing the 3 lines for 1 line rule, and everyone's getting the super fancy X-ray machine where you don't need to take anything off or any of that shit. I think you could win on that platform alone. I'm like undoing all the airport madness from one freak inside job 20 years ago. Crazy town.
Thanks, awesome.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. We're still in that resolution period of the year where everyone is trying to lose weight, eat healthier, save money, and learn new skills. And HelloFresh, you can do all 4 of those things in one box delivered right to your door. You save money by not spending the delivery fees. You learn a new skill like how to cook. You eat healthier, and you can stay healthier as well with HelloFresh.
And you get delicious. I just looked up what I have getting delivered today. This is one of my all-time orders. Herbed pork chops and gravy. Tilapia with almond parsley gremolata, which is dope.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's like you chop up almonds and some, I forget, some green. It's good. I've made it before.
By the way,
with
pork
this.
chops, criminally underrated food.
Crazy underrated.
Like people get steak and they get salmon, and then chicken is like the king. Pork chops.
Yeah. Oh. And I got crispy maple mustard chicken.
Oh!
That's
Dude, those are all things that if I was reading a menu at a fancy restaurant, I'd be like, yo, this is what I'm getting. And that's at your home that gets delivered to your house in a box with fresh ingredients, and everything arrived in pre-portioned packages where you just got to mix and match, pour it up in a pot, mix it up in a pan, pop it in the oven, bingo, bango, bongo. Next thing you know, you have ethnic foods and fancy foods and all sorts of shit you've never even eaten before right there on your kitchen table. Everything is just under 30 minutes, so you're not cooking in the kitchen forever. It doesn't take up a lot of pots and pans. It's easy to cook, easy to clean up, and it's delicious to eat. They handle all the meal planning, all the shopping. You don't have to go to the store. Everything is right there, and you don't have to know how to cook. Everything, the recipe cards, the pre-portioned, everything is available just for you to just pow, 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 pow. And you don't have to have any skills, but you will eventually learn how to cook these things on your own. You put your own flair on it. You put your own style in it. You season it as you see fit. And next thing you know, you're basically a chef. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC free and use code KFC free for free breakfast for life. You get 1 breakfast item per box as long as your subscription is active. So you order all your lunch meals, all your dinner meals, and you get thrown in a free breakfast every single box for the rest of your life at HelloFresh.com/KFC free. Use code KFC free. Oh, that's the guy who I DM with him about pimples, and he DM'd me being like, I was so nervous and I embarrassed the fuck out of myself. I think he introduces himself as Zit Boy Zach.
Hey, what's up, KFC Radio crew? It's Zit Boy Zach. Kevin, you should understand that reference. Quick question for y'all. It's 2-parter. So first, what is something that you've come all the way around on in life? So, for example, I used to hate avocados and guacamole. Then one time my wife got me to try it when I was drunk, and now I eat it with every Mexican restaurant meal that I get. Went 32 years without it because I thought it was just gross. I don't know if it was consistency or the color, but now it's basically part of my life. Secondly, what is something that you still can't get around on? So for me, and some people think I'm crazy for this, but I have never used lotion or chapstick in my life. I think I used it once when I was a younger child, and I just could not bear to stand the feeling of lotion on my skin. So for example, if my wife uses it and somehow touches my skin, I get completely grossed out. If chapstick is around me, I just get viscally nauseous. This also comes down to glue sticks, which I haven't figured out either, but now that I'm an adult, I don't really have that in my life anymore. That's beside the point. So what is something that you've come completely around on in life? And then also something that you still can't get past. And quick update, was in the city recently, saw Gutenberg, Feitelberg, you're right, it was probably the best show I've ever seen. 10 out of 10 would go again, even though I think it's ending this week. But all right, let me know. Viva.
Yeah, this is the dude that I talk to more than anybody. Was that?
I didn't know Gutenberg's already ending. I was just talking to Jake Bass about that. He just saw it too.
This is the guy I talk to more than probably anybody else in my life. Shout out no eyebrows team.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'm really seeing him. It's like an online meetup. This is weird. This is weird. What's something? Iced tea for sure. Unsweetened iced tea. Unsweetened iced tea, I think, is the mark of an adult. Yep. So you're not an adult.
It's the.
Pabs, do you like unsweetened iced tea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my theory's disproven. I thought unsweetened iced tea. Not only did I not like it, I was like, why does this even exist?
Yeah.
This is bitter, disgusting. Like, who would like this? Now, I will say I put like a full lemon into it. I don't put sugar and shit into it, but I do put a lot of lemon. So if you just gave me straight up black unsweetened iced tea, I wouldn't really enjoy it. But with the lemon, I love it. And it just hit me when I was like probably 30, and I was like, oh my God, I'm old. That's it. That's the sign. It's not age. It's not your body. It's not marriage. It's not kids. It's like, can you enjoy a nice glass of unsweetened iced tea? Ugh.
I similar, I guess, would be dark chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Obsessed dark chocolate. I mean, I kind of did a blog about this where Anne Hathaway, I came around.
Yep, that's a big one.
Now.
Yogurt is new for me. Like, just like in like the last
yogurt every
couple
day.
months. The texture and all that really freaked me out. My progression was sour cream, like blue cheese to sour cream to yogurt. I mean, you know, I eat tacos like 1,000 times a year, so I got heavy into sour cream. It was actually I was eating at Taco Bell my whole life, not realizing that you can order Supreme, and that means something. Like when you get Taco Supreme, that means with tomatoes and sour cream. You can get regular taco, it's just like meat, cheese, lettuce. And if you get Supreme, that means tomatoes and sour cream. And I didn't know that. And I like one time ordered it or whatever, got upgraded, and that was kind of like the first time I really had sour cream, and I was like, this shit is fire. And now I am obsessed with sour cream. I think it's my number one condiment. I think it's completely slept on. And that led me to be like, because I didn't eat yogurt because I thought it was weird. And I was like, bro, you are shoveling sour cream into your mouth. You can try yogurt. And then I did one of those granola berry fruit mix-ups, and I was like, this is like dessert.
Yeah.
That can't be good for you because it tastes like dessert.
I think they're pretty good. I mean, if you get like...
It can't be. It tastes good. If it tastes good, it's not good for you. It's not possible.
If you get like the fucking acai bowl with the fucking peanut butter and chocolate chips and stuff like that, probably not. But I think granola, yogurt, fruit, and berries is good.
Yeah, I mean, that shit is good.
I don't know if you buy it at a store. Like I make it for myself every night. I let it sit for a little bit. I put chia seeds and flaxseed in it. I let it sit and let those swell up a little bit.
That sounds sexual.
Absorb some moisture.
Yeah.
And I fucking whack that before bed.
What's something you can't come around on? You've gone all the way around and back again on subtitles, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, you're back out on subtitles?
Yeah.
I think it's because since I started going to theaters more, I just got more used to no subtitles.
Okay.
So like
theater's different though. Theater, the sound is in your ears.
Yeah.
You have surround sound. Like when you're going off of a TV, that's
You're still
probably
subtitles, Pass.
I'm still at
Hell
home,
yeah.
It depends on
the scab over here.
It depends on
Royalty,
what
look
you're
it up,
watching.
bro.
Like if I'm watching like a movie, I probably won't.
Okay.
If I'm watching like an action movie or
film.
like something like that, like,
I'm almost the opposite. When it's like an intense, like intricate movie, I want it on.
Yeah.
I just retain things better. I know better who people are, and I remember plot points and like what's going on better, and just so if it's like a convoluted thing, I almost need it more. Fucking, one of the most disloyal things ever is leaving team subtitle. We put out
crazy.
clothes, bro.
I say once no one bought the merch, I was like, fuck you.
I can't profit off this. Fuck it. My number one can't come around on, and it always has been, and it always will be, is banana.
Bananas.
Bananas?
Yep. I can't do it. And more, not even bananas, banana bread. I see banana bread.
Crazy.
I love all that stuff. I love all types of baked goods and pastries and breads and all that shit. And I see a loaf, and I even smell the loaf, and I'm like, that is going to be good. And I take a bite, and I hate it every time. And banana is the same thing. It's like I want it. It's such a good on the go, good for you, good, fills you up, like, you know, all that shit. And I take a bite and every single time. I try. I usually don't try. If I don't like something, I'm out. You know? I try with bananas, and I just can't do it. And then Roan is the same way. He does. He forces them in his mouth. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
I think he's eaten a banana
like
a day for like 6 years.
Oh.
I don't know if he's still doing it. I think he is.
Don't like this, dude.
I can't think of something I can't come around on.
I got a lifelong beef with like mint desserts, like mint ice
Oh,
cream.
that's a great one. I will never come around.
Fucking
Me and Trent had the keep mint in the bathroom 2024. Keep mint in the bathroom is one of my biggest, like, mint chocolate, get out of here. Peppermint patties, get out of here.
I focus on frozen peppermint patties.
Oh, disgusting. The person who ever thought of that, it's like, let's put mouthwash with our treats. Sick fuck. You are a sick fuck. Mint. Do you think mint was a flavor before it was a product, you know, like toothpaste and mouthwash and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
For what meals? Like, where were you putting mint in?
Juleps.
Mint juleps. That's about it, right?
I don't know.
It feels to me like we were doing mint for like toothpaste and toothbrushes and shit, and then we're like, and now let's put it into our chocolate.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's not, because it's like a plant and everything, right? So like somebody was putting mint on what recipe like requires mint?
Skull was weirdly enough mint before it was straight. That was its first flavor.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's like that's like when the remix is popular than more popular than the original. I think a lot of these though are, as you get older, you come around on certain things, you know. Like avocado is probably, I bet there's a lot of people out there who agrees with that. I bet there's a decent amount of foods, like, you know, whiskey is probably one that people come around on.
Yeah.
Caviar and escargot and all that. Bro, I saw a video. Caviar is the eggs.
Yeah, black eggs.
Little black. Yeah. I saw a video of a fish getting like de-egged or whatever, and they just sliced them open and squeezed them like a tube. I'll never eat that.
Really?
Oh my God.
You're missing out,
bro.
Because you know what caviar is served on?
What?
Yellow pancakes with a little creme fraiche.
See, I mean, I could probably get down with that.
Delicious.
You're like hiding it kind of, but if it was just like
a little sweet, a little salty.
But bro, this there was like thousands of the black eggs like coming out of them. Yeah. It reminded me of the pimple popping.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got fed it on my algorithm, because it was like a satisfying thing, and I was like, people eat that shit.
You never had it?
I have, but I couldn't tell you, probably like once or twice, and I don't think I really know. I think I had it with Bert. I think we had it in the. Did we have it in this?
Probably on little pancakes
with creme fraiche. Yeah. I probably could not tell you. I could not tell you what it tastes like, though. Like, I remember doing it and just being like, oh, I don't know, whatever. What about escargot? That's snail, right?
Escargot snail. That's
snail like body.
Yeah, it's a lot of butter.
That's cheating,
they're really good too.
Because of the butter, you think?
Yeah.
It's not for me. I don't think I'll come around on those. Some of those, like, those fancier things, I think people don't come around on. Those are. It's more like, do you have an adult's palate or a child palate? You know? Some people are chicken fingers and fries for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? I got buddies who eat chicken parm and, you know, chicken fingers, French fries, burgers. Like, that's it. You know. And then there's people like you who will, you know, probably try to. Is there anything you won't eat?
No. There's nothing I won't put in my mouth. There's definitely a chance I can't stomach. I mean, you see it lowering the bar. There's countless things I throw up and like just can't get down. But like, if you're like, you want to try this, people eat it. I'm like, oh, give it a try.
Like if I put like a spider in front of you, you eat it.
I ate a spider on the Out and About stream last week.
Happy Gilmore accomplished that feat not a week ago.
It wasn't even a challenge or anything. Pat had eaten one with a blindfold on. Joey put a spider in his mouth. I mean, there's a dead spider, obviously, but
wait, like a dead spider or like to be consumed spider?
Yeah, it was like you bought like a dehydrated
spider,
tarantula.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me try that. It's fine.
Ugh. What about you, Pabs? You got any of these things?
The only thing I don't like, it's so weird, I just don't like onions. Like
I want a big onion.
And I know that's childish to take your onions.
Pickled onion in particular.
Oh, the worst kind of onion.
I don't think it's that childish. I mean, listen, if you go to a nice dinner and you're sitting there. Like,
no, I'm eating it. If I'm at a nice dinner, I'm not.
I now, after what happened to me with those onions like a month ago, I will sit there and pick every last onion off ever. If I ever encounter raw onions ever again like that, I will never put one in my mouth.
Wait, what happened?
I just got like my first real bout of heartburn.
Oh, right.
And I was like, oh my God, this is what everyone's been talking about. I never knew what heartburn is. Like, now I understand why there's a whole fucking industry of medicine and shit to stop it. 'Cause I was like, this is killing me. And it was because I ate raw onion. And I will like spit in the face of the fanciest chef in the world. I'll be like, no, man, get the fucking, drown it in ketchup and get the onions out of there. I don't give a shit. All right, time for our interview. We got Jim Norton back in the building, who is happily married, and a great interview with him recounting his days with Opie and Anthony, feuding with Howard Stern, kind of going through the transition to podcasting, and now YouTube. A really good conversation.
Yeah.
Pleasant. For a guy who, anytime we've talked with him, it's always like, fuck this and fuck that. And I think we like yell and we're fucking.
Bro, by the way, do you want to know something crazy?
What?
Do you know before he did us, he did Out and About with his wife? So it looks like we just didn't take his wife on?
I found about that out.
For those who don't know, Jim's wife is transgender.
And I guess she just went home after that interview.
I would have loved to have her
I
on.
would have loved to have Nikki on. It was never propositioned to me as an option. It was just
definitely not to me.
Do you guys want Jim? I was like, yeah.
Because not only was it not, I'll be honest, I was like, going into the interview, I was like, I'm very interested in this. Like, a guy marrying a transgender woman, and he's being very open about it, and he's like, but I didn't want to be the guy who's just like, so tell me about this, tell me about that.
Yeah.
But so I definitely would have said yes to her because it would have been easier to like, let's talk about it. You're all here, But yeah, now we definitely look like the bigots.
Like, we'll take Jim. Send Nikki home, please. Well, Nikki would have been more than welcome on this show had it even been told to us that she was in the building.
Bro, that's like the chick coming up to you at the park.
Yeah.
He's got profiles. They were just like, no, I don't want her. That's crazy. Well, we did talk quite a bit about it. It's a very interesting topic, along with his whole career. He's an absolute legend. So let's get into it. Jim Norton on KFC Radio. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.